What's up, guys? Gio from Mainface TV here with Adrian. All right, sir. So, what did you play, and what did you place at the Houston Regional?
I played Furniture Labyrinth and I placed 10th, unfortunately. It happens.
It happens, brother. What was your hardest matchup, and what did you lose to?
I lost to Pirelli. I got a game loss for like a bent sleeve. It's unfortunate, and so they didn't let me change the sleeve. So and then I break game two and blew me out. And then against Labyrinth, he won die roll, and game three he just opened crazy with Ash, Bell, Judgment, and then engine rolling. And I just opened a lot of engine, but he already had set up. So yeah.
Gotcha.
And other than that, I mean, the deck ran pretty smooth. It was my first time picking up the cards like in real life. I started playing it on DB like a few days ago, and then Eric helped me a lot with like just getting to understand the deck. So I was a little nervous on like how it was going to like if I was going to play like correct and perfect, but it was fine. Yeah, I got the hang of it pretty fast.
Cool. All right. Any shout outs before we get into the profile?
Shout out to my sponsor, Main Phase, of course. Um, I forget the name of the code. What's the code?
Oh, Phase 10.
Phase 10. Okay, I didn't want to say it wrong.
You're good. You're good.
Phase 10. Shout out to all the homies. Shout out Dooley. Should have won the regional. Shout out to Eric Burgos is like the biggest shout out for lending me all these cards. All these pretty cards are his. And he gave me like a crash course in how to play the deck the night before. And so, yep. And shout out to all the boys. They know who they are.
All right. Let's get into it.
All right. 3 Labyrinth Stovey, 3 Chandelier, and the Coup Clock. So you just max out on these. 2 of the Lady, 2 of Ariana, 1 Lovely. All of it's pretty standard. I think most people played 3 Ariana, but I didn't feel like engine was our lack of engine was the problem. And I was right. I never bricked where I needed engine. And this card's like really, really good. And I'm not mad at paying it at 3. I just couldn't find room. The deck's already 41 cards. And I just didn't want, there was nothing I wanted to cut from the deck or could find to cut.
Gotcha.
This is pretty standard at this point. Don't play 3 of these. Like I said, engine's not the issue. The 1 field spell, you have to play it because it just sometimes, when you have this established with the welcome traps, your deck becomes just extremely better. And then in the mirror match, it's pretty much how you win the mirror. 3 extravagance. And then for the traps of the one of punishment, 1 of D-barrier because this card's crazy, 1 eradicator because this card's crazy, and then this card I was actually going to play like Underroot, but I couldn't find it in time, and I wanted to play this or Ice Dragon's Prison, which in retrospect I kind of wish this was Ice Dragon's Prison, but this did out Nor one time, which is what it was in there to do. So, but I think Ice Dragon's Prison is really good, especially for like your worst matchup, Unchained. I think like more cards for that doesn't hurt, and then obviously another FTK. This card's crazy. And then for hand traps, which is like the best part of the deck, to be honest, 2 Nib, Gamma Driver. I drew Gamma 4 times to 1, but I only used it once. It got pitched off the furnitures a lot. 2 people let me extravagance for 2, and then waited to ash my welcome trap when I already committed an Ariana to the board, which is, it is what it is. Luckily, I still won those games. 3 Droll, 3 Ash, and 3 Imperm.
So, would you have replaced the Gamma?
No, I'd still keep it in. I think if the card resolves, it's crazy. I didn't find an Omega in time, so I didn't have one in my extra deck. But luckily, it never came up. But it probably should be played with Omega because if you extravagance and then you Gamma, then you just probably win the game. But yeah,
Nice.
hand traps are nice. For side deck, so I played 13 cards in my side deck because this card isn't real. Like I said, I never played this deck in real life before, and so then when I played it and I didn't get to near time one time, like maybe one time I got near time, but even then it never went into time, and this card never saw its way into the deck. So it should have been like Kaiju's, Bells, Full Force Virus. Like there's just a lot of stuff it could have been. Pretty much played with a 13 card side deck.
Nice.
1 Deck Devi. I had to give them back, but it was 1 Druid's Worm and 2 Magna Huts.
Okay.
These cards are crazy in the mirror. Like in the matchups they're good against, they're just crazy against. 2 of these. Like this could have been a 3rd one instead of one of these 2. This card was really good. Against in the mirror, it's just you win the mirror with this card because it gets Eradicator and then you win the game. and then just does all kinds of crazy things for you, to be honest.
Gotcha.
Judgment, Harpies, and 3 DUNE.
Nice. And how many times did you see your bestials?
Um, I saw them in the mirror. It won me a game in the mirror, like game 2. I don't think I played much matchups that they were crazy against. I played Fire Hydrant, Infernoble, just a lot of like decks that, and that's why I didn't want to like, or that's why I didn't want to main some of the other cards. Like I can't even think of the card that I'm thinking of right now, but pretty much like I thought the meta was super diverse, and that's what I was worried about. I'm like maxing out on Bestials in the side deck, and I was right. I think they went in one time for the mirror, and that was it.
Gotcha. Nice. Now for the extra deck.
Extra deck. So this probably should be a third Muckcracker. I just couldn't find it in time, but it never came up. But if you want to play 2 Muckcracker, then Maguska is like a solid option. Anima, just for people who play Into the Zone. 3 Intis, 2 of the Tri Brigade, and 2 Garua. I had to give 1 back. So this card can also be like the third Chaos Angel. You'll see now I didn't play 3 because I didn't have it, but I would have played 3. This card was crazy. It came up twice for me. So it's one of the new cards. So you send it off punishment, and then you can banish it to summon any fiend from the grave, and on your whole deck's fiends. So it becomes pretty insane. And then Lingriable Respect, Ibly, never got Ibly locked. 2 Muckcracker, should have played 3, and then 2 Chaos Angel should have been 3. I did extravagance like 2 of them multiple times, and they came up. So it definitely should have been 3.
Nice. Well, congratulations again on your job well done, and we'll see y'all next time.